Welcome. It is time for a Q&A. I had to think for a second for the date. It is Monday, October 13th. Um, Gray and rainy here in PA, and we have some amazing questions to dive into. Doris wants my thoughts on cheese other than cottage cheese. Oh, I love it, Doris. We're going to talk about cheese. Liz asks, isn't creatine bad for you? I I know why it's gotten a bad rap, so we'll talk about that. And Chris asks, why do I worry about haters at all? I don't worry about them at all, but I kind of have fun with them, and it's all worked out for me. So before we dive in, quick introduction. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot. I'm a 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the Maximum Cover Girl competition in my 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s. Getting comfortable here in my chair. There's no real preparation for these videos, as you can see. Competing with women in I was in my late 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s because it is time to tell a new story about aging. You can love your body and your life at any age and wear whatever you damn well please. If you like my content, there are so many resources for you. So many of you want the health and weight loss stuff. Really, my message is about so much more than that. It is about making the most of yourself. And when we feel good in our bodies, boy, is it easy to make the most of ourselves. So I am going to drop links to my products. I have three amazing books, two cookbooks that are ebooks full of high protein, low calorie, bikini friendly recipes. Um, so they're immediate digital download. They are also chock full of real life weight loss strategies that work. My clients have lost 10 to 35 pounds and kept it off eating real food. Women and men, mostly in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. Also, I have a journal, the Happy Healthy Not Journal. That's on Amazon, set as a physical book. I'll link my LTK shop is linked so you can shop my sexy affordable fashion. So lots of good things, and I will drop the link in the caption. Let's start with Doris's question. What are my thoughts on cheese, not cottage cheese? I think cheese is delicious, Doris. I could probably live on cheese. So here's why I don't use it much or use it in a lot of my recipes. My cheese is delicious and it can be very nutrient dense. The recipes that I post are high in protein and low in calories. They are geared towards weight loss or weight maintenance, especially for people who are, again, my audience is all ages. People of all ages are benefiting from this stuff. But women, as they are peri and postmenopause, are generally looking to lose the things that worked for them in the past to lose weight didn't, the short-term fixes. The long-term way to lose weight and keep it off, the magic formula where you're not on a diet, that's just the way you eat, is to increase your protein from real food and decrease your calories. So high protein, low calorie, bikini friendly recipes. Cheese is moderate protein, kind of high calories. So it's a real food. It's delicious. Depending on what your nutritional needs are, you can absolutely include it, but just be aware of the fact that it is more calorically dense. So I use cottage cheese and Greek yogurt in a lot of my recipes because they are high in protein and low in calories, relatively low in calories. So again, it's not that you can't have cheese, just be aware. Most cheeses are around 100 calories an ounce, and they're going to have, or more as a ballpark, and they're going to have fewer than 10 grams of protein. They're going to have more like 7 or something. So Parmesan and Swiss are two of the highest protein of the more traditional cheeses. But again, like if you don't like those, that's fine. It's just a matter of being aware. It's not a bad food. Even some people that are sensitive to dairy do better with cheese because it is cultured. So play around with it. You're welcome to have it. I love a good cheeseburger, but again, I'm getting a lot of more protein dense stuff from the meat. And especially when you're using lean beef, as I typically do, a nice yummy piece of cheese melted on top is a great balance. So by no means am I against cheese, Doris. I love it. Um, I was thinking else about cheese just because we talk about anything here. It can be kind of constipating. So make sure you're taking your magnesium at night. That just keeps everything moving. Um, okay, Liz asked, isn't creatine bad for you? So I've been talking about creatine a lot lately because I finally started using it consistently, and boy, have I noticed a difference. I've noticed improved muscle definition, uh, especially in my little booty. Um, Other things I've noticed are steady energy, especially when I am a little tired. So I've known of the benefits of creatine for years as far as like muscle strength and recovery. More recently, we're finding out that creatine has neuroprotective benefits, specifically protects our brain neurons. One recent study showed, and this did use higher doses of creatine than we would normally be taking, but showed that it almost basically reversed the effects of sleep deprivation on our brain. That's pretty crazy. It was a small study. Obviously, more work needs to be done in this, but definitely there are neuroprotective benefits. That's why I really started taking it. Creatine is found in foods like red meat and salmon, but we're just not eating enough of our food those foods in our diets to get the optimum dosage of around 5 grams per day. Now, creatine, the reason, Liz, is that you may have heard creatine is bad for you. I always thought it was just thing like bodybuilders used, and a lot of them would load creatine, do much higher doses for about a month to really drive water into their muscles. They were using about 20 grams for a month. And that can absolutely lead to water retention because that's another question that I get from people. Are you bloated? Not at all. If you're concerned with bloating or anything like that, I would encourage you. So I've been using a powdered creatine. I will put a link below. I get it from the same company now that I get my collagen from. Boom, make things easy. So I use the 5 gram scoop, but if you wanted to start with less, you could start with like half of a scoop, or there are creatine gummies where you could just play around with it, start with 2 or 3 grams a day and work your way up. So just to share how I've been using it and what I've noticed, which I already shared a little, I have been using collagen peptides for over 10 years now. I've been talking about them very publicly on social media for almost 10 years. My first blog post was November 2nd, 2015. So we're just about at the 10-year anniversary of Happy, Healthy, and Hot. And I have been using collagen religiously. I started taking it for the skin benefits of firmer skin. Within a month, so I was in my late 40s at the time. I've been taking it for over 10 years, probably 47, 48. Started noticing like this in here firming up. Now, full disclosure, I get Botox here. So like, yeah, my forehead doesn't make wrinkles, but like it was like my skin was getting thicker. Nails grow like crazy. It's good for your hair. It is good for all of your connective tissues. So I've been using collagen for years and I swear by it. Creatine, I tried on and off a couple times over the last few years. I just never stuck with it. And finally, I committed to taking 5 grams a day, committed as I was approaching my 59th birthday and I wanted to be in the best shape of my life. And I noticed improved muscle definition, like noticeable. And I'm not leaner. So it's not like, oh, she lost weight and now you see her muscle more. Or lost body fat put on. Like this is, I mean, I guess gradually I am, my weight staying the same and I'm building muscle. There's some body fat reduction there. But like, no, I see better muscle definition in my legs, in my ass, my abs, everywhere. I'm also noticing just a steadier mental energy is the best way I would describe it. So even when the days when I am tired, I don't I really haven't had menopause brain fog or anything, but I just don't, it's like I can keep going. So that is really powerful. So I blend it into my coffee along with the collagen for so that it's just something that I'm doing automatically every day because I'm never stopping with this stuff because I'm seeing benefits. And I'm anxious to see what I notice with continued use because I've only been doing it consistently for a few months. So where am I going to be in 6 months or a year with this creatine? Like, watch out. Okay, Chris actually asked me this question via email, and he's had said some lovely things, and then said, "Why do I even worry about haters at all?" I don't worry about them at all, Chris. I'm not worried about them. I'm grateful for them. I am grateful. I don't even consider them haters. They are helping me. So, and this is not the way I always felt. The first time many years ago, somebody sent me a really mean DM on Instagram, basically telling me I was ugly and why am I doing this and I'm old and I should just stop showing my face. And I remember, this is over 5 years ago, probably 8 years ago, I don't know, just sitting on my sofa and crying, bawling my eyes out. How could somebody be so mean? Maybe I am too old. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Um, so yeah, that stuff hurts. Fast forward several years later, and I had some content. It was the first time my content started to blow up. So that's another lesson. I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I didn't start blowing up until 8 years ago. It took me 8 years to organically grow to an audience of 16,000 and some change on Instagram. And then I went from 16,000 to 50,000 in less than 2 months. So, so that was interesting. But before Instagram, I started having some stuff go, somewhat viral on Facebook. And there were some really mean comments. And I had a friend say, Elizabeth, just don't look. You don't need to look at those comments. You don't, you don't need to look. They're helping you. Here's the thing. As you're, some people are never gonna like you, and that's okay. The more you are shining, the more you are here, there are going to be people that want to bring you here. And it has nothing to do with you in most cases. I mean, unless you did them wrong or something, but it is everything to do with them being unhappy with themselves, and somebody who is growing and shining is making them uncomfortable. I don't receive negative comments from successful people. I don't receive negative comments from fit people. I don't receive negative comments from attractive people. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm just going to put that out there. And obviously, attractiveness is relative. Um, so, what I've learned is that, sometimes I just completely ignore. But I've also learned that it's fun to respond, not in a way that I'm triggered and angry, but in a way where I can show up with grace and dignity and a bit of humor. Quite honestly, they're helping me. Quite honestly, first of all, my responses that I record, that's the low-hanging fruit. That's the easiest content for me to create, and it gets incredible engagement. I can spend so much more time recording a detailed recipe video that everybody tells me that they want, and I'm going to get way more engagement on the comment from the so-called hater. So they're helping me in that way, but it's really helped me grow and expand and truly believe that every single thing is working out for me. So I don't worry about them at all. Also, people always say to me, "Oh, don't give them the energy. You're giving them what they want by responding." No, they want me to be angry, and I'm not. I'm not angry at all. Many times I block them before I even post my response, but in some cases, like this guy Ian who said, "What's wrong with your boobs?" That's the second ridiculous comment he's left. I'm like, bring it, Ian. Say some more because you're only helping me. When you believe that everything is, and I am never deliberately polarizing, but I'm also not going to dim my light. And I'm also not going to sugarcoat shit and make everybody happy. And, so sometimes I do have a little bit of tough love with the way I teach about fitness and nutrition. Like when you eat dough, you look like dough. It's the same thing with this stuff. Don't give them your energy. They're not getting my energy. They're giving me energy. Thank you, more, please. Easy, fun content. I get so many positive responses from people who tell me that this is their favorite part of my content, that it is helping them deal with negativity, that it's reminding them that it's not about them, it's about the person being critical. So it's really been an amazing growth experience, not just for me, but sounds like it's helping others as well. So I'm not worried about them, Chris. I'm grateful for them. So thank you all so much. Oh, I will drop a link to the creatine and collagen that I use in the caption as well. Have an amazing day, everybody.